Hey guys, Followed is the best here, or known as Jacob, and welcome back to another video. Before we get into this video, I want to let you guys know to please like and subscribe, help out a small YouTube channel. I want to try to get to 2,500 subscribers, and I know we could do it. Just if you haven't subscribed, please check if you are, and if you're even more interested in my content, I got a YouTube membership. It's only $1 a month. You get exclusive shorts and videos, so if that sounds more interesting and you want to support the channel even more, you could do that. Link will be in the description of the video. Now, let's get on with the video. So, a lot of people in the Fallout community constantly ask, when does the Fallout timeline split ours? What makes their universe so different from ours to the point that it split and, well, became what you see in the games? And most people would say the 50s. Now, that could make a lot of sense because obviously the Fallout universe is like a 50s stylized kind of world, but honestly there's so much evidence in the Fallout universe that points that it was much further back. And I actually think I know who is responsible for the timeline split, for their universe to split ours and become so different from, well, what we have in the real world. And I think that the person, or not the person, but the people that are responsible for this timeline split is the Zetans. Now, the Zetans are an alien species that you could find throughout the games. They are seen in both Fallout 1 and I believe Fallout 2 as well, and obviously Fallout 3, New Vegas, but they're only like a wild wasteland type thing, and you can also see them in Fallout 4 and obviously 76. Now, the Zetans are a pretty big deal in the Fallout universe. They are responsible for a lot of things, and I think they are responsible for splitting our timeline. Their universe, in the Fallout universe, the Zetans showed up to Earth. And in our timeline, in our universe, the Zetans did not. I think that is what makes our universes so different. So, why do I think that? Well, first of all, a lot of the technology that you see in the Fallout universe is, well, somewhat Zetan-like. If you didn't know, the plasma weapons are actually just reverse-engineered alien technology. The Enclave Zetans found their weapons and reverse engineered them and became plasma weapons. And I don't have any proof of this one bit though, and that is power armor. All the evidence points that power armor is a human-made thing, but there is there's Zetan power armor in Fallout 76, and I don't know whether the Zetans took our power armor and made their own, or if it's the opposite and we found their sorts of power armor and we reverse engineered it into ours. I don't really know, but since plasma weapons are basically alien tech, I wouldn't be surprised if power armor was either. Now, more evidence to prove that our timeline split way before the 50s is that when you play the Mothership Zeta DLC in Fallout 3, you will find people that are very old, way older than even the 1950s, which honestly, in the 1950s is a very long time ago in the Fallout universe, even nowadays in the real world. I mean, like, let's be honest, it's like 70 years ago, and in the Fallout universe, it's way longer ago than that, because they're in 2077. Well, at least before the bombs, obviously. Now, you can find people that are way older than that in this DLC, and I might butcher some of their names, because obviously I'm not part of their culture, so I'm going to butcher it, and I am sorry if I do. So, I'm going to butcher this one name. It's not my fault, but it's a samurai, and his name is Toshiro Keigo. I don't know if I said that correctly, but I hope I did. And he is a samurai, and I did a little bit of research, and apparently the samurai were at its peak, at least in like the 60s to the early 1600s. Now, they also have evidence that it was around abducted. He was around the time, I think 1562 it said, but that said it was an estimate, so I don't know if that's really the time he was abducted. But because of that, that automatically shows proof that the timeline was split very long ago. We also got another person called Paulson, and he was a rancher from the American frontier. And apparently, and during the Wild West, and I searched up that the Wild West took place around the 19th century to the earliest 20th century, which obviously is before the 1950s. And it did say that he was abducted around 1823, so there you go. That clearly way before the 1950s. We also got Hartigan, who is an astronaut that you can find, and he was a pioneer of manned space flight of the United States Air Force and the United States Space Administration, and it said this was around the 1960s. So, I mean, that was actually, again, that was very long ago in the Fallout timeline. So, obviously, there was some stuff with the Zetans around the 1950s and 1960s. We also see that aliens also have a lot of robots. They only have one model from what we've seen, but again, we could have also reverse engineered those in the Fallout universe and just created those domestic robots. Honestly, I really do believe that the reason why our technology is so different in the Fallout universe than in ours is literally the Zetans. Because I'm just saying, because they do make the excuse that instead of using nuclear energy as a weapon, it was used as a unlimitless power. Sorry. And that's what it says in the Fallout 4 intro. And, like, okay, but I just don't see that changing the timeline so different to the point that they kept the 1950s aesthetic, but then they created all this crazy technology. And I think the reason why it is so different, and because they advance in technology so fast, is because, well, they took Zetan technology. So I think that's the main reason why our timeline is so different, is because the Zetans. So if you do believe that the timeline was split in the 50s, I just proved evidence that obviously it was quite longer ago. Now, there could obviously be some other reasons why the timeline split, but from what we know in the Fallout universe, the world was pretty much similar. Like, they had World War II. World War II pretty much went the exact way it did in our universe, and it just makes no sense to have such a big split and such a big difference. And honestly, I think the Zetans are responsible for that. But what do I know? And everything that we have in our technology, the Zetans have as well. You know, and we already know that they reverse engineered it. We also know that they are seen as like the government uses them as a disguise to like make people not believe in them. Like, if you see some comic books in the Fallout universe, you see that the aliens on there are literally straight up the Zetans. You can also see that just any pop culture, like in Nuka World, the alien robots used in Nuka World are literally straight up the Zetans. Also, just so many similarities to that, it's just too much of a coincidence. And I think that the US government, to kind of hide the Zetan stuff, they basically forced them into pop culture and said, hey, this is what aliens look like. And, well, everyone didn't realize that they're actually telling the truth. And I think that the Zetans are obviously the main culprits for this. But what do you guys think? I would like to get your opinions on it. Again, make sure to like and subscribe. I want to try to get my channel up there, and I'm really doing great with these videos, trying to push them out more, and also just make more discussions, because clearly you guys prefer my discussion videos over my gameplay videos, and so I'm just going to keep making them because you guys seem to really enjoy them, and I really enjoy making them. And yeah, honestly, again, please subscribe. 2,500 if we could get it on, yeah, 2,500. If we could get to that number, it would be great. If not, it is what it is, but I want to try to grow my channel out. And yeah, remember, check out my membership. And thank you guys so much for watching. And again, comment down below what you guys think of this video, because honestly, I would love to get to know your opinions, and I'll try to comment on every single one. So thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.